Today I'm going to be unboxing and sound testing the Squier Classic Vibe 70s Jazz Bass 5. Yesterday I went to my local music shop and I got myself a new toy. When I was young, I was in love with the tone of the bass on the Beatles' White Album, and I was convinced that it was a Rickenbacker bass because you see so much footage of Paul playing a Rickenbacker. So I got myself a Rickenbacker, but it didn't really sound like that. So I figured, well, it must be something else, the bass amp, the amplifier, whatever. Later on, I got myself a Fender Bass 6 because you see so much footage of the Bass 6 being present in the Get Back and Let It Be session, so I figured that must be it. That got me a bit closer to that tone, but it wasn't quite it. But I was super happy because the Bass 6 is such a unique instrument. Recently, I found out that the tone I was looking for, that I was in love with, was actually a jazz bass. Paul played a lot of jazz bass on the White Album sessions. But I couldn't really pull the trigger and get a jazz bass because I love my Ricken so much, and I figured there would be too much overlap in the studio usage of both basses. But I did a bit of research and I found out that the jazz bass actually had a 5-string model. And that got me excited again because a 5th string is a whole new world. It's like a whole new register that the Rickenbacker or the Bass 6 can't access. To get access to a low B is a game changer. And on top of it, I get the jazz bass tone. So it's a 2-for-1. And the reason I got the Squire instead of the Fender is the Fender ones were a bit too modernized. They had a satin neck and active pickups. And I like the sound of passive classic pickups, and this bass has that in spades. And also I like the feel of a glossy varnished neck for playing, much like the Rickenbacker and like vintage Fender instruments. And the Squire really ticked all the boxes, and it's a really good instrument. It's not like the cheap Squires of the 90s or early 2000s. All right, let's go jam and sound test this bad boy. For context, I'm going to be recording bass on this song here. I've already recorded the acoustic guitar as the basic track, and now I'm ready to lay down some bass. And this is the perfect song because it's a mix of E major and E minor, and there's a lot of B, C, and C sharp notes in there, so I could make full use of that low B string. After playing and recording it for a little while, I think that the playability and the tone is right on the money. That's exactly what I was looking for. And that low B string is like really exciting to explore and to play with. I've never had a 5-string bass. I mean, for the price point, you really can't go wrong with this bass. This is a series of videos in which I document the process of making my album. This is my album dashboard. There's 334 days remaining before the deadline, and I'm at 29%. And I only can work on it on the weekends. That's why this is such a long deadline. Yesterday I worked on La Dérive. So let's just zoom in. That's the song I've been working on. Yesterday I did acoustic guitars. So I could say that the basic track is 90% complete. 90% because there's still an outro left to record. And of course, today I did the bass, so the instruments will be popped up to, let's say 20%, like a fifth of all the instruments, because I want to put more stuff like piano and other like guitars. So the song went from 17% to 35%. Let's go back to the grid. 30%, I gained the percent. All right. If you want to listen to my music, I have 3 albums available on Spotify, and I'll see you next weekend for more recording in my studio.